in sometimes.
Stepping
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting example. It's also if you look at the R funnel, it's part of the acquisition layer. Um, Israeli startup called Sperm. What I had created was um, an app for those for a fraternity app and then a physical product, what you can use to test your swimmers, as they say, or in this case, your fertility rate for your sperm. And the reason why they did it is because they saw a lot of issues with men who had were resistant to go to a clinical environment. So they created this at-home kit, as you see here. It's a box you get at home. It's it's a physical thing you can put on your iPhone, and you can put on your sperm. Yes, it's not to make it corny, but you can definitely create your own microscope on your telephone and see what the quality of your sperm is. A really typical product in a way, but there's a lot of need in the market for this. And this is the assumption they had. There was the right target audience wasn't found yet. The assumption was that men, but women are the buyers, that not men, but women are the buyers of the product. They would also like to acquire some contact details and pre-registration for the product and app. I think that reflects on the question you had, Sana, before on, hey, if you're an early stage startup and you don't have that many users or customers, you could at least contact them for more, deeper qualitative data. And last but not least, also more certainty for choosing a direction for further product development. So what we did, we had a 2-week sprint where we tested different variations of the product. It's interesting to mention here. I said earlier there's the excuse me, there was the resistance to not joining it to go to a clinical setting. They thought the men were the product, not the real audience, but the women as well. So what we did, we faked a product. This is not a real product, but we faked it just to test if there's appetite for this as well. So the assumption was, or the hypothesis was, we believe that not men but women are the real customers, and we are right if we have a minimum of 10% conversion rate. So the setup of the experiment is like this. A different variation of the products, 3 types of landing pages. This is equal to what the example Michel just showed. And also focus on American states. In the previous experiments, they've seen that that America is their audience to launch, but also that their the channel fit is Facebook. And we created almost 200 Facebook ads. There was a funnel set up. So we divided 1 million ad displays for 4 types of banners, which relate to the types of landing pages. And there's also a direct Facebook to the website or Amazon where people can actually buy it. This is a quick overview of a selection of the ads that didn't work, and we categorize them by standalone approach, mainstream, and more target audience where they are mainstream digital. In other words, they are innovative and low tech. And as you can see that we create all kinds of ads, visuals and narratives there, a combination, standalone or combination. These are the best in green above and the worst below. These are the landing pages, as you can see visually, is that there's mainly the same landing page, but structure. But you see little details, but they'll differ, which relates to the copy and the messaging, of course. So it's a consistent funnel. The results, we all got a lot of knowledge from US states. For example, which states are more applicable for this solution. But also a lot of interest from the target groups that cover the best. And of the target groups, that was really interesting. For example, you knew that the southern states were more open or had more appetite in this product than the northern states, for example, and certified people too. another thing which is interesting, that linking it with the fake product ovulation test gives them a 3 times higher conversion rate. The growth in total was more than 200%, and not the focus of the experiment. They even sold the kits for 50 kits. So there was and above all, the assumption was if men were the target, or if women are the targets and not men, that is correct. It was women all along. So we validated this experiment, and we have also these are the extra and also some interesting learnings. What I said earlier, which US states are relevant, are focus areas, and from a product angle, combining devices with an ovulation test had a better conversion than standing alone. So what does it say about the need or the behavior, the need for customers or couples in this case? So this is not your average example of product you're maybe aware of, but we think it's an interesting example of something what we did in 2 weeks, and create a lot of learnings and conversions and rates. Hopefully this is a clear story to everyone.
That's a really nice example, I think.
That's correct. Yeah, maybe, and we can if there's still some time, we can say something about tools, or should we leave it here?
I think tools is something separate. I posted a message in the chat. If you want to see the tool that we wanted to actually demo, feel free to send one of us a message, me or Cherry, and we're happy to walk you through in a quick one-on-one. So if you find it interesting, it's an A/B testing tool that has a bunch of features such as experimentation funnels. You set observations, you build tests, you set up hypotheses, you gather learnings and actually document them. So that's pretty interesting. So if you send Cherry a message, we will walk you through that. Another thing that might be interesting, which I'm sharing in the chat right now, Cherry and I often share and engage with content about growth on LinkedIn. There's a quick link to Cherry's LinkedIn and one to mine. Follow us, connect with us, do what you want, and we will. You'll see us on your timeline when we engage with content or when we post something.
Yeah, and for those, feedback is everything. So I'm now sharing the feedback form. It will only take like 30 seconds, I think. For those who would like to fill it in, that would be really helpful for us. Also, what you missed or what you liked about the webinar, so we can also create a better experience for the next time. So it's qualitative data, but it is data, right?
Qualitative data.
So thank you very much. Those last 16 audience here for the time and the fact that we break into your agenda. Hopefully it was a good experience for you guys and girls, and thank you very much for your time, and hope to see you in our next webinar as well. I think in June we have one about tactics, and maybe we also invite a guest speaker, right, Michelle? That's something we will follow up by email.
Yeah.
So don't forget. Thank you, Michelle. Will do. Thank you both. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle, I think. See a big kudos here, kudos there. Thank you guys for staying along.
Yeah.
And thanks also for your patience, because we're a little over time here.
Yeah, thank you for that. For the ones still with us, or for the ones viewing at home, of course, another time. Cool. I'm going to end the stream now. So that's that. Bye-bye, everyone.